Hello guys, welcome back to another Silica video. So in today's video, we are going to be exploring all of the current aliens inside of Silica as of patch 0.8.18. I'm currently on the Proving Grounds map, which is a map I rarely showcase in my videos. So at the moment we're looking at some sort of either Bolterium crystal or something very similar to Bolterium. By the looks of it, it is pretty much Bolterium because they are exploding. Actually, it's a bit different. I need to ask Dram about this because this is totally different. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure what these crystals are. Probably end up being Bolterium crystals. But yeah, interesting indeed. However, as I was saying, we are going to be exploring all of the aliens today, and we're going to be going over all of the updated aliens, their health pools, changes to their playstyle, and also with the addition of the air units as well. I need to cover those in a singular video. So without further ado guys, if you're going to enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. I will be live on Tuesday, which is technically tomorrow by the time this video goes live, with some lethal company, and then you'll expect to see me again on Sunday with some Silica Sundays. As per usual, we're going to be having great fun, you know, doing the thing where we play pretty much for a good 3 to 4 hours straight on the Prime Battalion server, and you guys can join in, have fun, and if you have any questions, throw them my way. I can answer what I can. And don't forget as well, I think Dram will be back with me at the main dev for Silica in the coming weeks. So that being said, let's get into the video, and welcome to the aliens here on Proving Grounds. So if you don't know what Proving Grounds is, it is one of the maps that you can select. You can't play strategy on this map because there's no workable resources. You can play TDM on this map if you choose to. It is a nice enclosed map with lots of cover, and like I said, I just wanted to showcase it because of those crystals look very different to what we see in strategy game mode. So that being said, let's go and have a look. So we're going to start nice and small. We're going to get ourselves directly to the boy himself. You know, you guys love him. He is the cheeky boy. He is the crab. And what do we say about the crab? He is the base unit you would start with at the start of every strategy game mode with the alien faction. However, he is not very strong. He's currently got 600 HP. He has a chomping mechanic. He jumps quite quick. He runs quite fast as well. It's your base scout unit technically, and every player starts as this to begin with. And he's an overall nice little chap. Look at him, chomping away. He does have an ability, just like the horned crab, to be able to hide himself underneath the sands by burrowing using control. So I'm going to showcase that now. There we go. So he burrows himself underground, and you just hit space to re-emerge from said burrow. So very good for like scouting, getting yourself buried in the sand there, in case you're under attack. Just keep yourself alive a little bit longer. But most of the time you get camped if you're doing this, but it can be a right annoyance for the humans. So that is the crab. 600 HP, fast mover, scout, quite squishy, easy to kill, which moves us on to the next unit, which is the unit you expect to see about mid-game as your standard spawnable unit if you're a player on strategy. That is the horned crab, so an increase of 900 HP. Everything remains the same though. Same speed, same burrow ability, same attacks as well. That is the old horned crab for you. We're going to go attack this crab, and we'll see how much damage the horned crab can do. Probably one-shot him, I think. No, it doesn't. So what we're looking at, 360 HP with a single swipe, and then the bite does a lot less. But there you go. That is the horned crab, which you can expect to see into the mid-game. It used to be the wasp. But Dram did change that back to the crabs because the wasps were getting very spammy, which is perfectly understandable because, let's be honest, we'll get over there in a moment, but the wasp is quite a tier class unit for taking down harvesters and whatnot, which leads us over to the next unit, which we'll see at the start of the game, but can only be built from the spawning cyst, the lesser cyst for that. I'll just show you the lesser cyst if you've never seen it before. So you'll be seeing these units come out of this cyst here, and you know what, we'll spawn in all of the cysts so you guys can see which cyst spawns which unit, just to help you guys out there if you're not familiar with the aliens. Anyway, so that being said, the Impaler, a very I mean, I enjoy the unit. It's very underused. However, it's a very good anti-infantry, and it could be a very nice harassing unit at the start of any game when it comes to taking down human harvesters, hitting the buildings. It does quite a fair amount of damage as well per shot, by the way. So it's a unit you should not sleep on. 600 HP, which makes it less than the Horned Crab, but the same as the standard crab. However, its shot damage, as you can see, is not very good, but the speed at which it shoots is very good indeed. So, dealing damage to buildings, for example, like the lesser spawning cyst, you see how much health I am chunking off this cyst. Yeah, over time, the Impaler can rack up a lot of damage, and it's got a melee attack as well with the right mouse click, which again is a more powerful attack. It can deal a hefty amount of damage. Just for instance, we're going to hit the Hunter at 4,500 HP. We're going to hit him in this hard spot, so there's not his weak point. There you go. So it's done, what? Only a few hundred damage. Let's go for the weak point now. I think I missed him. Actually, I didn't. I did even more damage there. So I've already reduced him by nearly 500 HP with 2 swipes there. But the Impaler is a unit not to sleep on. It is a very nice unit indeed. Scaling walls, you're able to shoot over the top of things as well. However, you are very susceptible to small arms fire. Like I said, you're quite squishy. Infantry can kill you. However, you are more of a pain in the backside to enemy infantry than they are to you. However, if you get hit by a marksman, yeah, you're in a world of hurt in that regards. However, the Impaler is your space defending unit, and also can act as harassment early game, which leads me over to if you guys know me, my favorite alien. I call him the sausage, but he's called the Hunter. He is the sausage boy. The reason why he's called sausage, that's the reason. Very, very fast unit. Very good at intercepting quads early game. He is your base defense unit, right? So at the start of every strategy mode, whoever acquires the Hunter, to be honest, their main job should be prioritizing defense of the nest and shrimp. So any eco for the aliens need to be defended by this Hunter, because he's able to intercept those quads and respond quickly to any like teleporting humans, just anything in form of human rush. The Hunter is the man behind it. He has 2 attack styles. He's got the whip, which is the widely used one, and he's got the bite as well, which is chomp. However, the whip is your favorite attack here, because it's got some range to it, and very powerful as well. So we're looking at Impaler at 600 HP. 1 whip just KO'd him. So yeah, very, very nice damaging unit. We'll hit the cyst as well, just to show you the sheer amount of damage. We're looking at almost was it 700 HP per hit, and then we go to the bite, which is very much less indeed. Enough to kill infantrymen. The whip is the best thing to use though. Overall, the Hunter is great at taking down anything up to, I'd say, a tank. So like a hover tank. Effectively, you can kill quads. I have 1v1'd light armored cars and heavy armored cars, because you're faster than the turret traverse, technically. Despite the heavy armored car having a secondary machine gun, you still find you can out DPS the heavy armored car before he gets a shot off on you. So you just got to run circles around him, basically. The old classic light tank versus heavy tank World of Tanks scenario when it comes to the Hunter versus tanks. But yeah, the Hunter is my favorite unit. I've had great fun with him early game. I do abandon him after a while, because he does essentially become not very useful anymore. But still, the most fun I've had is with the Hunter early game. You expect the Hunter to be spawned, I believe, from the greater spawning cyst. So he will not come from the lesser cyst. He will come from that bad boy there. So, which leads me over to the unit which, up until the air unit release, didn't have a role. Not really. It was always eclipsed by the Scorpion. That is the Behemoth. So 10,000 HP. The Behemoth is the anti-air role for the aliens. So quite slow, has a piercing attack, but the main attack for this man is the Hive. So able to fire off those hives. They reload quite quickly. You get a few salvos out as well. Great for taking down enemy air. Just to clarify on that, I'm not sure if it'll work if it's an alien human air. We'll check it though. So we're spawning an alien gunship. Let's see if I can still get it, even despite it being on our team. Okay, so it's not as much damage as, say, if it was a enemy, because most of the flies are getting confused. However, the shots are still landing. And you can currently see how much damage over time the behemoth is able to do to human aircraft. If it was an enemy, though, the hives will track a lot more, which means this gunship would have been dead already by now. So the behemoth is great for the anti-air. Just like the Hive Spire, which is the actual turret version of the behemoth, this unit is your to take down any aircraft from the human side of things. It's pincer attack on the other end. Let's hit the hunter. 4,500 HP. Boom. Cut it in half, pretty much. Bar 270. So, great for if you can get closer distance and you get into a vehicle with pincer range. However, you'll be primarily concentrating on taking down aircraft. Good against infantry as well, naturally. The Hive is very good against infantry. Like I said, you can see that I'm aiming at the Hunter, but none of the Hive is hitting because it's friendly. So if it's an enemy unit, which I won't spawn in because it will trigger everything to go and attack it, and I don't want to do that for this video, your Behemoth is your go-to for that one. That being said, let's move over to a unit that was king pretty much until the air release, which was the Scorpion. You rarely see this guy anymore. However, you do see him from time to time. It's the Scorpion. Not much change to the Scorpion. 12,000 HP. Shoots these shells. I mean, I can slow down time. Oh. So you guys can see what he's shooting. As you can see. They're like little thorns coming out of the Scorpion. And just because I was doing that, we'll quickly jump over to the Behemoth so you can see the flies as well as they come out. There you go. So that's what they are for the Behemoth. And the same goes to the Hive turrets as well. Anyway, back to the Scorpion. Yeah, so good anti-tank capabilities. The shot's got a nice piercing to them. It makes them good anti-armor. However, you kind of lose your anti-tanking ability as soon as you start going up against, for example, rail tanks. The siege tank is not much of an issue. However, he is a big beefy boy, so it's going to take a lot of damage before you can kill it with a single Scorpion. The Scorpion hasn't really got itself a role much anymore. His main melee attack, though, is pretty damn powerful. But I would like to see something happen to the Scorpion. I know Dram has been speaking of changing a few of these aliens to make them more beneficial now with the air units being released. So we'll see what happens with the Scorpion. However, he hasn't got much of a use at the moment. But you do kind of see them in strategy games still when it's anti-tanking and stuff like that as well. But you'll expect to see air units way before the Scorpion. However, like I said, that melee damage is quite nice. Right, that is pretty much all I can say about the Scorpion. We want to see some changes to him. We want to see what happens. Anyway, leads me to Roly-Poly Boy. The Goliath. 30,000 HP. Weak point under the belly here with his pustules. Just an FYI as well. The weak points for the Behemoth is the back here, the nice bulbous pouch. And also for the Scorpion is going to be his tail. So they're the weakness. The Hunter is actually his back is his weakness. I'll respawn him in just to let you guys know. And just show you quickly what their weaknesses are for anyone that wants to know. Back here, you see the bulbous pouch again is his weakness. If you're shooting at a Hunter from the front, you do not want to do that. You want to try and get the back of the Hunter unless you're in like a tank or so. It doesn't really matter. However, yeah, you're going to be aiming for this thing here. Same goes for the Behemoth, the back there, and the Scorpion, the tail. And the Goliath's bottom. Even though this is very hard to get a hit on. The front of the Goliath is the most armored part. So side, back, underbelly is going to be where you're looking to aim. However, if you're in a beefy tank, a gunship, whatnot, like anything like that, then you shouldn't have an issue just hitting them wherever you want to. So, Goliath. I'd like to say he's kind of like the main ground siege unit for the aliens. He is the boy. You can roly-poly your way around, which does a little bit of damage, but the main meat of the damage is going to come from his main ability, which is the slam attack. This attack alone can wipe an enemy, a human enemy base out. It could be the decisive attack from any single Goliath. I've literally eliminated an enemy team with a single Goliath in PvP. I've done it a few times. I've done it on stream, where literally I've just snuck my way into the enemy base and a single slam, boom, dead. I mean, you see me just one-shot the... I know I rolled over it by one-shot the cyst. We'll try the great assist seeing we're here as well. Yeah, I mean, you can see how much I just cut off that. 12,000 HP off of a single strike. So you can see how much of a menace this unit is. And his ability to just roly-poly over units as well. You can see it's done a little bit of damage to that hunter, but mainly against like tanks, enemy personnel. You can just roly-poly and do some collateral damage that way. Not much more to say about the Goliath, really. It's kind of been a sleeper since the air unit's released. It do see it from time to time being reused. However, it can get picked off quite easily by aircraft. So if you have Goliaths, make sure you've got some behemoths to back them up. However, if you've got behemoths, you kind of avoid the Goliath and go straight for these air units here. So it's up to you, your playstyle, and what map you're on, and how much money you have to spend eco for the aliens. But the Goliath is there. He is spawned from the ground spawning cyst. That's where he comes from. Speaking of which, the Scorpion, the Behemoth, and the Hunter, I believe, come from the Great Assist. So, yeah, that is the Goliath for you. Which, I mean, I'm going to show you this, the Queen last, because technically the Queen isn't in the game as a functional unit. And it still needs changes, but we go over it because it is in the game. We're going to just avoid the Queen for now. We'll go to that one last, which leaves us over to our final ground unit for this one, excluding the Queen, is the Shrimp. So the Shrimp, the main eco unit for the aliens. Not offensive in any manner. However, it can do a little bit of damage. Speaking of which, just try and chomp the Queen if I can. Chomp. Did I chomp him? I did not chomp him. Right, let's chomp this building. Never mind. I don't think I can do damage to anything. Oh, yeah, okay. So the Shrimp can do minimal damage. If you watch back my Shrimp only challenge, it took about 500 to 600 Shrimp to wipe out the AI humans, which was quite funny. However, there you go. I'm doing 20 damage per chomp on a Shrimp. Anyway, yeah, so your main eco unit, this unit will go back and forth between biotics, and then what it will do then is head all the way back to this biocache over here. You'll see like pustules, like glowing green pustules on the back of the Shrimp, and what you'll do is, if you decide to be a Shrimp, I don't know why you would, as the AI handles Shrimps very well, is you deposit here on the biocache, and then you head off to biotics once again. I can't spawn any biotics, unfortunately. I did pick the wrong map for that. Proving Grounds doesn't have any eco on, but the biotics are like black tar pools, basically. So the Shrimp will go and chomp from there, and then deposit them at the eco biocache. So that is the Shrimp for you. 300 HP. Very, very fragile. I do go for them. If I'm on the human side, I will prioritize Shrimp in the gunship, because wiping out a whole line of Shrimp is very damaging to the aliens in form of eco, as well as going for these biocaches as well. Wiping out a cache with loads of pustules on them would just kill off loads of eco for the aliens, as the aliens are very quick on their eco. So that is the Shrimp for you. Like I said, you wouldn't really have to take control of a Shrimp unless you just wanted to for the sake of it. Like I said, the unit is in its own, just AI controlled very effectively. Which leaves us over... Oh, by the way, Shrimp. Built from the lesser spawning cyst. I've killed it since then, but it's over there. So, which leads us to the Wasp. The Flying Crab, as we like to call them. The base flying unit. Pretty much like the Crab, 300 HP. So, less HP. Much more fragile. However, it is a flyer, so it's quick moving. It can get around the battlefield quite quickly. It can go and harass those harvesters, land on them, and then start dealing damage. The unit is pretty much the go-to. If you've got air, you'd want like a flyer at that point, like either being the Dragonfly or the Wasp to start with before you end for the Firebug, the Defiler, or the Colossus. This unit is your harassment unit. You'd fly off, try and attack the enemy tech, try and go for any like unsuspecting vehicles or humans just chilling around the map. You want to do that basically, or go for the harvesters. Pick off a harvester, you deal quite a big blow to the humans. So, oh god, memory clear. There we go. So that is the Wasp for you. 300 HP, quite chewy. We're gonna hit a Wasp. There we go. We hit a Shrimp. Killed him instantly. We'll hit something else because that was 300 HP straight off the get go. Let's hit the Hunter. Missed him. There we go. So quite a fair amount of damage with the Stinger, and then with the Bite, hardly anything. yeah, hardly anything with the bite. So the stinger is your go-to. However, trying to catch something midair is a great aiming scenario. So yeah, the wasp. That is the wasp for you there. There you go. Which leads us to the dragonfly. So, similar to the wasp, it is one of the base flyers. Quite quick. However, it has the ability, same with the impaler. It can shoot thorns. And you can also fly around and move while shooting said thorns. So this unit can be a right pain in the rear for any humans. As you can just fly around, become really, really annoying to be like hit by anything. And you've also got the tail whip as well, which is pretty good attack. You can see there, dealing some damage to the hunter. However, your main attack for the dragonfly is going to be your main shooting attack. What you can do with this, though, you can do a lot of things. For example, you can scale cliffs because you can just fly up there. And what you can do is you can land on said things. For example, I'm going to land on this colossal spawning cyst, and I'm just able to peek my head over because these shots will be coming out, and I'm able just to, like, you know, just be harassment. Able to go back into cover, come out of cover, get a few shots off, and you can like pick off unsuspecting players which are not got on their tanks just yet, or you can catch like the harvesters. You can do damage to buildings from cliff sides. You can be a right harassment being the dragonfly. The dragonfly is a great unit, and it's also a interceptor unit for going up against aircraft. Many times I've used the dragonfly to try and take down fighters and gunships. I wouldn't say mostly with success, because you can just get easily killed with 300 HP. However, I have been successful with the dragonfly in doing so. So, that being said, that is the dragonfly for you, along with the wasp. Two base units there, which are built from the lesser cyst. They are both built from the lesser cyst. Just coming off the top of my head there. Which leads us to the man himself, the magic carpet. The flying carpet, whatever you want to call him. The firebug. This unit, up until recently, not many people realize what he's very, very good at doing. And that is shotgunning harvesters. This unit, I mean, it's great. Look, hear it a minute. Hear the firebug. 9,000 HP. Fluttering around. Crazy looking thing. And when I say shotguns, he shoots fire in like a shotgun manner. So the good thing about this unit is you close the distance to a building, or for example a large unit, aka a harvester, and you just unleash. You got slow reload time. You just unleash, boom. You can deal quite a hefty amount of damage. It does tick over time, and you can do a well. You can cripple the humans quite quickly if they can't counter you. You're quite tanky as well, so any small arms fire just does nothing to you as a firebug. The only thing that you should be afraid of is anti-air, the fighter, and the gunship. So you should be afraid of the human air, but by that point, you could be lucky and you could just shotgun a fighter out the sky in a single blast, like I've done. Or you'll have a behemoth as backup to help you assist with that anti-air. But you could be a right menace on the ground. You could take down tanks. You could take down infantry. You can kill off buildings. You can kill off harvesters. The firebug is one of the best units for the aliens because it's fast, it's agile, it's quite small, and it does pack some damage. So if you're worried about the air units for humans, just get a bunch of firebugs. Be a total harassment. Get those dragonflies out to try and intercept those fighters and those gunships. Get the behemoths out to deal with the anti-air. Let the firebug deal with the harvesters. If you cripple the human eco with just a few firebugs, they're not going to be able to be producing any units anytime soon after that. So the firebug is not to be slept on. 9,000 HP, and now I'm trying to figure out which one it's built from. I believe it's built from the Great Assist. It's built from the Great Assist. The Great Spawn Assist is the production for the firebug, which leads us to the Defiler. So the Defiler, anti-tank galore, can be anti-air, but it's quite squishy, quite susceptible to air fire, so it's quite a hard unit to grasp on. Yeah. Over the, for example, the Behemoth and the Firebug, this unit, as good as it is kind of like, why would you take a Defiler over, say, 2 Firebugs? Unless you use a Defiler as mainly defensive, or you want to kill off a Harvester quickly. The main reason I say that is because it's a very slow-moving unit. It has like a ranged attack which shoots out these flies, which do quite a lot of damage. For example, I just hit the hunter and killed him off there. Can do a lot of damage. It does have a lock-on effect, so whatever you aim at, those flies will head in that direction, and if it's an enemy vehicle, they will track and hit it. So good against fighters and gunships. But if you take missiles to the face, you're going to be almost dead straight away. So the Defiler is quite weak to air, quite weak to rail tanks and hover tanks. However, the direct counter to them also. So it's kind of like a glass cannon unit, the Defiler is. Great looking unit, by the way. The animations that Dram's done for this unit are amazing. It has two sorts of attacks. It has its ranged attack, which I've just shown you there, shooting the flies out. If you guys want to see what the flies look like, I'll just slow it down. I find out they look quite funny. They do look real funny. It's like a 2D fly. Yeah, but that is the primary attack here for the Defiler. Secondary is like a tentacle whip. I don't really use its melee. I don't find it's very useful, especially with its main ability being so strong. The only time I'd melee something is if I'm trolling, right? I mean, you can still just one bang the Goliath, right? So it is very strong melee ability. However, again, trying to find a use scenario for the Defiler's melee ability versus its ranged attack. I mean, you tell me, guys. Have you used the melee ability over the range attack against anything? I'd probably say 80% of you guys haven't. So that is the Defiler for you. Yeah, 30,000 HP, quite squishy, but also a glass cannon against tanks. If you hit your shots and they miss their shots, it's a bonus. It means you can carry on going. You are very quickly able to dispatch harvesters as well as tanks and buildings. So, leaves us to the final air unit for today. Oh, by the way, Defiler is built from the Colossal Cyst. That's where he comes out from. Same goes for the Colossus. Colossus comes from the Colossal Cyst as well, before we get into the big ball himself. So, 150,000 HP. The Colossus, the big boy, you know, the meat bag, the testicle, whatever you want to call him. That is the Colossus. Now, what I'm going to quickly do is spawn in a human building. I'm going to spawn in the headquarters on the alien side, so they're not going to shoot me. The main reason I'm going to do this is going to show you the primary power of the Colossus. So, very slow, meaty unit. Quite easy to hit from any enemy standpoint. I mean, it is a big bull. The weak point is the eye. So, if you hit the eye, you catch the weak point. However, his primary attack doesn't have a secondary, so he doesn't have anything else apart from this attack, which is his main ability. He shoots out from his eye, you see it's glowing. We're going to keep looking at the headquarters. It is a primary siege unit. Boom. There you go. Just cut off, or just over a quarter of the HP from the headquarters. So, can be a be-end or end-all unit. If you hit the headquarters and you kill it off instantly, you pretty much won the game at that point. if it's the only headquarters the humans have. Same goes for the tech facility and so forth. However, you're quite susceptible to aircraft. You're susceptible to anti-air. You're susceptible to aircraft in general. So you are vulnerable in that regard. However, you're very powerful at the same time. If you've got backup from, say, Behemoth and other units, other players in control of other units, this could be literally the scariest thing you could see on the battlefield from the human perspective. If you see a Colossus, you need to concentrate on taking it down. You do not want it to get close to your buildings. If it gets close, for example, within this distance, maybe a bit more, with a building this big, you're going to expect it to lose that building. Like, you need to be able to hit this Colossus way before it reaches your structures, because this thing can end a game instantly. So, I've done it multiple times before the Colossus was actually nerfed. Its main attack isn't as accurate now as it was. I used to be able to end a game from across the map. I'd fly up into the sky, get as high as possible, turn on alien vision, and I could see the outline of buildings. I'd locate where the HQ is with the assist of the commander, pinging off where the HQ was, and I would just snipe it from miles away, end the game instantly in that regard. So that's now been changed. The Colossus is not too accurate now at long range. It has a shorter projectile life as well. But that is the Colossus for you. Not much more I can say about it. Give it a go if you haven't already played it. It's a great unit to use. As you can see, his cheeky little smile there as well. You know, very happy boy. Anyway, back to the final unit. Let's just adjust the daytime here. There we go. So, this unit isn't in the game as of yet. It is spawnable via the spawn menu. and via the cheat menu, it is the Queen. Now, Dram's plan for the Queen at the moment is the Queen will be the main unit. For example, if you kill the nest in a current game, it ends the game. Instead, the Queen will be that unit. So if you killed the Queen, it ends the game. However, the Queen, I mean, at the moment, I don't know what's wrong with his walk. His walk's not normally like this, by the way. So it might just be this map. So, yeah, this is the Queen. Currently sent at 30,000 HP. I don't think that'll be the case when it releases fully. It docks with the nest, and this is where it would, like, become the commander scenario. You can see it says nest here. If I click that, technically I'm nesting. You can see the Queen has disappeared. And then I can leave the nest as well. However, it is buggy. As you can see, I can't really leave. I'm just moping around in the nest at the moment. So, yeah, that is the Queen for you. Not much more I can say about the Queen at the moment because it is a unit in experimental phase, still being worked on by Dram. However, this unit will be the matriarch unit. So if you kill the Queen, you win the game. However, the Queen will be widely protected, and when it nests in its nest as well, you don't know what benefits it's going to give to the alien nest, right? And also the alien buildings surrounding. So we'll see what happens, what Dram's got planned here for the Queen. But that's the Queen for you. 30,000 HP, has 2 attacks. I need to respawn a new one, actually, because that one's now stuck in that nest. Just give me a second. There's the Queen there. Right. So this is the Queen. It has like a slam attack. It has a whip attack. And that's it, really. It's just a giant shrimp. It's a giant walking shrimp. We're going to go hit the behemoth, see how much damage it deals. Like I said, this is all work in progress. It's probably not the final product. About 4,000 damage. And then the whip is probably the stronger... it's not the stronger one, actually. However, it's the more... it feels like the more stronger one. As it's just able to move things, you know? However, yeah. The sounds are quite funny as well. It sounds like farting. Yeah. And, can you have multiple queens? That's the question. I don't think you can. I think it's just 1 queen per game. But yeah, that is the Queen for you. So, any questions, guys? Leave it in the comments below. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'll be back in the week with Lethal Company and some more Silica on the Sunday. If you want to come in and join, you're more welcome to. If you've got any questions, you just want to have some fun, yeah, we'll be live on Sunday. Some glorious Silica Sundays. And I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Keep an eye out as well. In the next videos, we're going to be having a talking head discussion on what I could feel like could be pretty cool future units. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that one. Just a big thanks as all to the members of YouTube as well as subs over on Twitch. Just by contributing to me, you're able to keep me going, doing what I love doing, is making content for you and streaming on a weekend basis as well. Very much appreciate all the support. If you're looking to support this, my channel any further, then I believe there's like super thanks or whatever the hell it's called at the bottom of the page. Or if you want to get some memberships and get those cool emotes as well, join on the live stream so you can actually membership yourself straight in, or hit the join button below the page here. Without further ado, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.